Another episode. I know I ain't getting nobody no notifications, but what I'm doing, man, is I'm doing some test runs. So I just had a little brief little subject in my mind, man, that I just want to share. And I just want to ask the question. Is there a advantage or a disadvantage at being a powerhouse team? And the other thing is that I want to actually talk about before I get into that. I want to tell some of the teams, man, because I heard a coach say, "Oh yeah, we not ready. We not gonna play into the Warzone Bowl. We're not gonna play in the Warzone Bowl because we're not ready for the Warzone Bowl." But my thing is, honestly, if you're gonna play Pop Warner or youth sports, one of the things that I will honestly say, you should play in the Warzone Bowl. Why? Because the Warzone Bowl, they have hundreds of teams that's going to participate, and all ages, and it's going to give you a measuring stick of how you are as a team versus false reality. Because some teams actually think that they're ready to play like a national schedule, but they're not. They're not even they're not even ready to play a national level. So the war zone, I think honestly, I think is a great measuring stick for every team that feels like they want to play a national schedule or that want to just basically see where they are. Because if you do well in the Warzone Bowl, you can see basically what pieces that you need to add. You can see what you're lacking in. You can seek out those players. Even though I don't think, far as 12U, I think is a foregone conclusion. I definitely think that the rare breeds will win it. But I will have to say this. For all those other teams, even the team that's in the Lambo League, I think, man, you should throw yourself in there. It's no shame in losing. It's literally zero shame in losing because it's not about that. It's about just, seeing how good you are in general. And if you end up getting blew out, nobody really pays attention to that because it's the beginning of the season. What are some things? Okay, we could talk about the Georgia Eagles. Georgia Eagles, when they played Twin City, they lost to Twin City, but they end up, beating Twin City in the championship. So it's just a measuring stick to see where you are. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the coaches that don't purposely participate in that tournament, man, I think they doing a team a disservice. Now, for those who can't make it, I don't fault y'all. If you can't make it or pay your way into the Warzone League, then I'll understand. But for those who just feel like, oh man, I'm not ready, but then you saying that you a good team or you could play in a national on a national level, you should partake. If you can't play in that, go ahead and play in the Southern Hospitality. You know what I'm saying? Where they also have a stack deck of teams. You know what I'm saying? And see where you are because this is where you get all the kinks out. You know what I'm saying? You don't wait to the end of, hey, what's up, coach? You don't wait to the end of the season to try to find the pieces because first of all you need that camaraderie. So when you play in like a war zone, like you just say you get blew out, all right, cool. You know that you're lacking maybe a defensive end. Okay, you can go seek that player. You might be lacking a lineman. You can get that player. You might be lacking a safety. You can get that. You can go get those type of players. But if just want to say, oh, I'm not going to participate in, the war zone because, my team not ready. But the team that you plan on playing against is getting they reps. They getting they camaraderie. They getting their cohesiveness together. And you go want to play against those teams. But then you think somehow you're going to come out on top. No, the teams that actually becomes battle tested are usually teams that win it. Just look at Lambo. Lambo participate in every single league, just about, and they win all of them. But still, they understand the importance of staying busy. A lot of these players, a lot of these coaches don't understand the importance of playing busy, and that's why I asked the question as well because there are some teams that are stacked that can't get a bunch of teams to play against them, right? and that's unfortunate. But it turns out to always bite them. And I'm gonna name the last few who it actually happened to. It happened to ABA Bulldogs, and it happened to Falcons United last season. So when ABA, remember, they was about 10-0 during the end of the season. They went about literally probably like 3 or 4 weeks, right, without having a game. And then they played against the Falcons United. This is before they was 13U. They played against Falcons United, which was a team who was losing throughout the whole duration of the season. And then when it came playoff, they end up losing to Falcons United. Why? Because Falcons United, they were still getting games in. They were playing. They was building their camaraderie. Um, Coach said that's what the LA Rampage did on their way to national championship. Yeah, man. You like it's to me, man. You have to be able to play. Um, towards the end of the season as well, because it's very important. And then like with LA Rampage, I think what's impressive about them is that they wasn't really playing their best. They, even though Jaden was hurt, they wasn't playing their best, but they kept playing and kept chipping at it. And then they end up beating two of the top teams to actually get to the championship. And then they beat what's my guy? They beat Maryland Heat, pretty bad. It wasn't even a game. I'm thinking it's gonna be a close game because that's what Jaden said that he wanted to do. He wanted to play the Miami Heat. I mean the Maryland Heat. So he ended up getting a chance, and they end up blowing him out. But we I've learned over the years, right? Over while covering youth football, you definitely need a full schedule. If you don't get a full schedule, you got teams out there that got maybe 16 games in a season, right? Or more, possibly. They are working at, they're getting their kinks out. They're working at it every day, right? But what about the people that actually that don't do it? They play every now and then. Like I was mentioning, the ABA when they end up losing to Falcons United. And then last season, Falcons United end up not having no games, and then they end up losing, almost losing, even though they only have 4 teams in the league. They almost lost the first round, and then they basically lost the championship. Is it because to me the Lions were better? No, it was because they haven't been playing, and the Lions have been playing consistently throughout the season. And that stuff matters. So, um, my recommendation for teams who plan on playing in battle, that plan on playing in AYF, right? The YNC and AYF. If you guys are planning on doing that, I think that if you can play in the Warzone Bowl, I will recommend that you do that. And it's no shame in losing. I don't care if you lose by 50. You know what I'm saying? You got a really good chance at making the corrections and adding the pieces that you need. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, man, I thank you guys for tuning in. I'm not going to even make this long. I'm just want to kind of get back in the flow of doing this stuff. But man, I'm bringing back who you got. As far as players comparison, I'm bringing back the rankings. I'm bringing back just the funness of it, and then I'm bringing back the highlights and stuff like that. During the live stream, because man, it's about having fun, bringing people here. And I purposely didn't send out any notifications on my own, far as on IG, is because really I just want to get back used to being on the platform. And then also, I don't know if you guys seen Sports Fanatic, but Sports Fanatic would definitely be on a lot more this season, than last season, because this is something that he was very passionate about, and something that he wanted to do. And I definitely like you know the way we kind of complimented each other. So I'm definitely willing to do that. But man, coach says, when is the war zone and who will be covering it? Well, I will be covering some games at the Warzone Bowl, definitely. And oh yeah, man, I got a message too for a lot of the people, man. I'm gonna be selling some shirts this season. But everything I do, man, would definitely have a message to it. So one of the things right here, yeah, sports fanatic, man, that's my guy. But I want to definitely have fun this year. I want to uh, get back to bringing some of the players back on. I want to get back to, like I said, who you got, player comparisons, and far as like in a fun way. It's not about um it being, oh yeah, it's kids. I don't want nobody to say that. I want people to actually want to be one of the players that I bring up. So I don't know if you remember the one where I did with Spivey versus Stanka, which is Lucas Jefferson that played for dang, what is it? They played for Slidell, and that was a really fun live, and it wasn't to big up nobody and downplay somebody else. It was just basically bringing up the accolades of both players and who might do what a little better. So yeah, man, I definitely want to bring the fun back, Coach. I gotta bring your guys back too. So once I'm ready, man, I'm gonna look forward to setting a date. I'm gonna definitely set a date. And then once I set the date, then I'll start making a push, start sending it to everybody, bringing the family back so we can have fun and enjoy each other like we always do. And yeah, man, that's what it is. But I don't know how you liking this background, coach. I'm just trying new stuff to kind of give it a different feel, but if I got to go back to the regular background, I'm willing to do that too. Okay, yeah. But but yeah, coach, definitely, stay tuned. I will be, like I say, doing all that stuff that I mentioned this time for sure. And I want to give some giveaways for those who actually took the time, you know what I'm saying, to come to the lives and stuff like that. So I want to see what teams are supposed to be the ones that's supposed to be the top echelon, and then I want to bring some of the coaches on, and in most cases, I will actually try to have both coaches on when they about to play a big game, and just have fun with it. So I just wanted to bring a little update, just talk a little bit about the youth sports, man, and that's all I got, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm out.